Hey, it's MB, and I am here today to show you a behind-the-scenes video of exactly how I optimize a blog, taking it from a Word document and then putting it into WordPress and then hitting publish so that it's ready to go. It's optimized so it can get found by search engines, and it's going to be literally exactly what I do. So you can see the things that I'm looking at, what I pay attention to, what isn't as important. If you are on Showit or WordPress, this is going to make a ton of sense to you. You're going to be able to see the exact screens that I go into and the buttons that I hit. But even if you are not on WordPress or Showit, you can still apply these same principles when you're doing your own blog. So if you're on Wix or Pixieset or Squarespace, header tags are still header tags, your meta description still matters, keyword density is still about the same, it's still the exact same. So I hope no matter what website platform you're building your website and blogging on, this is something that you find helpful for your business. So I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet, and I'm gonna jump in, and if you have any questions, you can post them below. My email address is there too. I'm also gonna link the blog that I'm working on. So if you want to know what this looks like when it's all done, I'll post that below too so that you can see the final product. All right, so here we go. Here is the blog that I'm working with today, and I wrote this this morning. And it is updating my photography blog for SEO, Google's latest updates, and how I'm changing my photography blogging plan. So the blogging plan that I use for my photography business, based off of the new changes that have been coming out with Google, and then also taking into consideration the new AI SERP. So I'm not going to talk too much about that. I can link it here if you wanted to actually see this, but the point of this video is to talk about how I take my blog written here in Word and then how I put it into WordPress and optimize it for SEO. You do not need to be using WordPress or Showit for this to make sense. Bonus if you are, because we'll be seeing the same things, but I'm going to be talking about the principles for optimizing a blog, best practices that are universal. So if you're using Pixieset or Wix or Squarespace, you're all going to be able to do internal linking. You're all going to be able to have header tags, things like that. So this should apply to everybody, but maybe a little bit more so if you are also using Showit, because then you'll be blogging on WordPress. Okay, so I set all my blogs up like this, where I have my title, and then I also have my key phrase that I'm trying to rank for, and that will come into play later. So blog for SEO is the thing that I'm trying to rank for, and then this is my title, and everything else beneath it is the blog. I do make note, just formatting wise, that this is going to be a header 2 tag, so that when I paste this into WordPress, it's easy to see for me what I need to update to a header tag. Okay, so let me start by, I'm going to start by copying my title. I'm going to go into WordPress. And this is my WordPress screen. It's got the sad face. I use Yoast, so it's telling me, hey, you don't have any SEO going here and your readability sucks. Obviously, there's nothing here yet. So I'm just pasting in my title. I'm gonna come back, and now I'm gonna paste in the key phrase that I'm trying to rank for. This does not have anything to do with how I'll actually rank for it, but because I'm using Yoast, what Yoast does is it says, all right, this is the thing you want to rank for, and then at the end, I'll show you, it's gonna allow me to see what an analysis would be on if it thinks that I'm optimizing it correctly for the key phrase that I want to rank for. So this is not my blog. This is just something that I'm adding in to help Yoast understand if I have my blog optimized correctly. So this will come into play at the end. And now I'm just going to come in here and copy my whole blog. And I'm not going to do everything today because I don't want to upload the images. That's going to take a long time. So I'm just doing the text part. So I'm just pasting it into Yoast. And then I'm going to come through here and I'm going to clean up some things. So I'm not going to fix, I use Grammarly and I have it as an add-on. So even though I've double checked everything in Word and I think it's pretty well edited, Grammarly is still giving me a few suggestions. I'm probably gonna not go through all these because I don't want you to watch me just do grammar. Okay, but I'll do those two just so I clear the error messages. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna go through here and do is I'm gonna take all of the places where I marked a header to tag, and I'm going to change them to actual heading tags. It's automatically going to make this a header to in Yoast because it defaults it to that. But if I wanted to make it something different, I could do that. It's really important that your blogs have header tags. So this is the nice thing about, marking it ahead of time. I just have to come in here and then change it to a heading. Come down here to this one, change that. These, I'm not sure. I could either leave it as bold, or I could come in here and I could change it to a heading, but I could make it a header 3. So for now, I might leave it as that. No, I'm not. Just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to keep this as a paragraph. So I'm only using paragraph text and header 2s. Okay, this I probably want to be a header 2, even though I did not mark it. So I'm going to take the bold off, and I'm going to come up here and I'm going to say this is a header 2. I actually want this to be italic. Okay, so you can see now that my readability has gone to a smiley face, so it says that it's very readable. I've came through here and made all of these heading tags because just like our regular website pages, our blogs need to have heading tags, header 2 tags. It gives structure to your blog so that Google can understand what the main concept is and then what is in each section of your blog. It can kind of get an idea of what's in it without having to scan the whole thing. And your users actually navigate better with header tags as well. Often I see photographers just doing a long paragraph text. I don't mean one paragraph. I mean, it's all the same formatting. They don't have any bigger subtitles throughout the blogs, but your blogs need to have those subtitles. The other thing is that it does need to have the key phrase that I'm trying to rank for in some of my subtitles, either pieces of it or synonyms or the whole thing. So you can see here that blog for SEO is the key phrase I want to rank for. It's in my title. I also have it in the first paragraph of my blog. That counts too. I've got blogging strategy, SEO era, so it's similar. Your SEO blogging plan, so again, it's similar. This only says SEO. And then I have adapting your blog plan for changing SEO best practices. And I think what I'm going to find out here is that Yoast is going to say I did not put it all together as one, but we will see what it says. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do is make sure that my blog has internal links. And I don't have these all built yet, so I'm just going to go in and do some sort of fake ones so I don't have to because I did not get all those links ahead of time. So I have a little note, the building blocks for good SEO optimization haven't really changed. This is sort of a new direction or an extra layer. If you're looking for blog optimization basics, download that here. Okay, so I'm going to put a link to this how to optimize a blog for SEO, the basics, and I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to hit link. And just for what we're doing right now, I'm going to put my own website in there, even though I'll update that later. So I have a link. You want to have 1 to 2 links at least in every blog. Okay, so I've got that there. And then if I come down here, I'm going to give a free download where you can get a worksheet for this new blogging plan too. So I'm going to also do this, and I'm going to add another link, but it's just going to be my photography website. And then I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to look for one more place to put a link. And I think what I had wanted to do, I'm looking to see holistic SEO. So I did an alt find because I knew that I talked about holistic SEO, but I couldn't find it. I know that I want to link this right here to my holistic SEO blog that I have. So I'm going to add that link too. Now I have 3 links to related topics to this blog, right? I'm not linking back to my family photography page. I'm linking to a holistic SEO blog. I'm linking to an optimizing for SEO template. And then I'm doing kind of a free giveaway that I have at the end. It's not going to be on my actual website, so that would count as an external link. And you really need to have at least 2 internal links, which I have because I have the holistic SEO one here and I've got the link to the other blog. Okay, so now I have some links built in here and I'm going to come down and I'm going to look at Yoast. The readability is a happy face. So that means it thinks that it's readable. So I'm not worried too much. And I'm going to see what I need to do for SEO. Well, I'm missing a meta description. So that's a big one. So I'm going to build a meta description and I'm going to press pause while I write it because I did not think this part out before we started. Okay, I'm probably not going to keep this meta description, but I wanted to write something quickly here. And I said, update your blog plan for SEO and maximum reach with Google's new AI SERP. Gone are, look at my typos. I told you this wasn't going to be published. Gone are the days of quantity and income's quality. Okay, this is not totally what I'm going to keep at all, but what I want you to see is that I wrote a meta description. It's less than 160 characters long, and it's now including the thing that I want to rank for, blog plan for SEO. Which I just have blog for SEO, but it's all there. So I'm now saying the thing that I want to rank for in my meta description, and if you look, Yoast did an analysis and it said, hey, this is great. We're now going to say that it's good to go. But I'm not going to call it good yet. I want to look at all of the different things that it's analyzing and show you what I could also enhance if I wanted to. Okay, so it's giving me my problems right here. There's no images, add some, exclamation mark. Yes, I will add some after this video for sure. Internal links, no internal links appear in this page. There will be internal links. I just use my photography website for now versus going in and building those. So these two will be cleared as soon as the call is over. Key phrase and SEO title. The exact match of the focus key phrase appears in the title, but not at the beginning. So what that means is that in a perfect world, I would put blog for SEO up front because the words that are the most close to the beginning, they're at the beginning of your title, have the most visibility on Google. Your title is only 60 characters long. Like that's the maximum amount they're going to show. So if I stick the thing that I want to rank for at the end, chances of it getting seen are less. And if Google knows that your user won't see it, meaning it won't be visible to them in search results, it's not really going to pay attention to it. However, I know that blog for SEO is close enough to the front that it's okay. And again, you don't have to get everything right. This one's pretty good. It's already saying, hey, it's got enough optimization, it's ready to launch, but I just want to show you some of the details on here. So that is something that you could fix, but you don't need to fix. You just want to make sure that your title has the key phrase that you want to rank for within the first 60 characters. Okay. So then it is saying that you have outbound links, which is where I'll be linking to my download. Great. The key phrase is in your introduction. You always want to have your key phrase within the first paragraph. So for me, it is the plan for your blog. That's not it. Oh, blog for SEO right here. So I've got it like in the second line. Come back down here. Key phrase density. The key phrase was found 5 times. 4 to 8 times is probably, no, I'd say 4 to like 7 is probably max for a blog that's around the 600 to 700 word count. And I can highlight this, which is kind of cool. If you're using Yoast, you have this little eye and it will tell you how many times it can find it, or it will show you. So you can, if I can scroll here, I can see blog, SEO, blog, SEO, SEO, blog. And so it's finding my key phrase and highlighting it to show me how many places I have it. I can see that it's spaced out. It's not like I've got all 7 in one paragraph, or I have 5 of them, I think. Okay, so I'm going to hide that again. Key phrase length, meaning I'm not trying to rank for something that's like super long or super short. Key phrase is in my meta description right here. My meta description length is lower than 160 characters, which is the ideal amount. Previously used key phrase. This is super helpful if you're using Showit and you have, or WordPress, put Yoast on, because this is really handy. You don't want to try to blog for the same thing or rank for the same thing on multiple pages. That's called keyword cannibalization. And it's hard to remember what you've blogged about and what key phrases you've tried to do. Well, if you have Yoast, all you have to do is remember to put the thing that you want to rank for up here. And Yoast will tell you, hey, you used this 2 weeks ago, find something different. So it kind of takes the guesswork out of things, which is really nice. And then key phrases in the subheading, 2 of your header 2s and header 3 subheadings reflect the topic of your copy. I do not want the thing that I'm trying to rank for to be in every single subtitle. I do want it to be in like 2 to 3, or a better way to say is 40 to 50% of my subtitles should have the thing I want to rank for, or a synonym, or just a portion of it. And then text length, the text contains 1,020 words. A good blog is around 600 characters. That's kind of been the universal goal for all of us as photographers to reach. I'd say, and you can read more about this in this actual blog that I'm posting, that closer to the 800 to 1,000 mark is probably where you're going to have more of an impact now. But even anything over 600 is great. And then the SEO title width, meaning my title is not too long. They're all green. So at this point, being on Showit, the next thing I would do is come over here to my post. And I say Showit because Showit partners with WordPress for blogging, but the same as if you're on WordPress. This screen would look pretty much the exact same. The last thing I'm going to do is come over here and see that it says it's readable. This means that I'm not totally speaking in a passive voice, something I'm pretty guilty of. And that also, it's readable text, meaning my sentence lengths aren't too long and they aren't too short. I use transition words, things like that. My SEO analysis is good. So I'm going to give it a category. I'm going to probably say that this is going to fall into SEO, maybe for photographers, but the primary category is SEO. Okay, here's the next thing, tags. This is a hot topic. I don't know how I feel about tags, to be totally honest. I use them on my photography site. I'm not really utilizing them yet on my SEO business site. And the reason is this: a tag, just like a category, creates an entirely new web page for your website. So if I was to type in, SEO tips, and then let's do SEO tips plural, and then SEO for photographers, SEO for .coms, why not? Okay, so now I've done all these things. This will essentially create 4 new pages to my website. This adds up fast. If you type in like 5 or 6 tags for every single blog, you could potentially have 4 blogs and a total of 20 tags on your website. And remember, these create new web pages so that if somebody clicks on that tag, they can see all the blogs that include that. Well, that's another web page. So if you have 500 blogs, by all means, use tags in a smart way to categorize your stuff further, because then it makes sense. Like, you go to a library and you go to the historical fiction section, and then within the historical fiction section, there's probably 4 other smaller sections. Your blog is much the same. If you only have 10 to 20 blogs, or like this site's pretty new, I've only got like 3 or 4 up right now, tags kind of create more clutter. So for now, I'm going to stay away from the tags. I'm just not going to use them. I would create a featured image. I'm going to do that before I go. And then that is actually pretty much it. I've got a category. It's optimized. I'm not using any tags. If this had images in the correct links, I would just hit publish and it would be live. Okay, so that's all I've got. I hope this was helpful to actually see the behind the scenes. What am I looking at? Where am I putting my SEO key phrases? How am I using the titles for maximum reach in SEO? How I'm using internal links, the keyword density, and then also how I'm using Yoast, because I know there's probably a lot of you that are using WordPress or Showit and you have the ability to add Yoast. I have the free version. I do not pay for the premium, and you can do so much with the free version. I really think unless you're like a massively huge blogger, that this is all you really need, just the free one. So if you have any questions, you can drop them below. I'll do my best to answer them, or you can always email me. It's mb@mbbryannimages.com. If you liked this video and you want to see more like this, you can hit like or follow, and I will try to do more of these like behind the scenes tutorials as I'm actually like going through the process and working through it. I think it's kind of cool to be able to show that to you.